My man, all is on us. We are here, man. This is the week. The Trojans are on the road facing the Illinois Fighting Illini. The torches are lit, man. They're trying to disrespect us, man. What's going on, Paulie, man? They got Traveler, over the fire, bro. They're trying to disrespect us, trying to disrespect the program, man. We got to show them who's boss today, man. How are you feeling this morning, my
You
guy?
know how I'm feeling. This is the day where we make college football take notice that USC isn't going anywhere. This is the day where Jaden Mayava shows people that he is a top 3 quarterback in the nation. This is a day that our defensive line shows the country who we're all about and what we stand for. And this is the day where recruits all over the country are going to say, damn, this is where I want to play. USC isn't going anywhere, people. We're going to be here. We're going to be up in your face. And this is a day that we're going to show everybody. I'm so fired up right now. I'm telling you, I don't even know what to do, man. I'm ready to ram my neighbor's head through the sheetrock over here, bro. That's how crazy fired up I am. So anyway, yeah, I'm telling you, this is a day that a lot depends on our performance. And you know what? I'm riding with our boys today. I think we're going to come out. We're going to really kill it. And we're going to just be on top of our game. You know what? A lot of people say, oh, they're angry. They're angry. Well, you know what? We're angry because we got to fly all the way over there and handle you guys. So that's what, you know what? Maybe we're angry too. So there you go, Preston.
Yeah, we definitely angry, man. We tired of the disrespect. People disrespecting me. I put my videos out. I told y'all that USC was going to contend for a Big Ten title this year. I told y'all Jaden Mayava was going to improve as a quarterback and be one of the best, if not the best quarterback in the Big Ten this year, man. You already know about the wide receiver core. Told you about the improvement of the defensive line, the dogs we had coming in, and the dogs you already had. The improvement on them. Well, Braylon Shelby, I said he should be a starter on this team, leading the team in sacks. But I'm not gonna pat myself on the back just yet. We got a game to play. We got a lot of games to play. Yeah. But let's just start right here, bro. Let's talk a little bit about what we saw last week with Michigan State. And I'm gonna breeze through this a little bit. I think it was safe to say, regardless of the mishaps and the penalties in that game, we saw the most impressive performance from the offense. Even though they didn't score 73 points, they put 45 on the board, but just impressive, right? 500 in total and 23 total yards, 289 on the ground, 7.2 yards per carry, 9 yards per pass. Jaden Mayava probably had his best game of the season, right? 3 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Wayman Jordan had 157 on the ground, 8.7 per carry. And I think what's most promising about it, man, is USC in that game last week looked like they were playing, inferior opponent. It looked like the Missouri State game. It looked like the Georgia Southern game, but you were playing an in-conference opponent in Michigan State. The offense was just doing whatever they wanted to do for the entire game. The only real issue I had with last week was the 11 penalties for 82 yards, man. That's just something that scares me a lot. That's something that can beat you, and that's the only problem that I really see us having right now as we get into today's game. But how are you feeling after last week's game?
I'm feeling really confident. I've put it out there immediately that I was really proud of the way our guys played that game. They took a lot of heat for certain things, and of course the discipline. We need to clean some things up. There's a certain young player that made a mistake that we were talking about. And you know what? Sometimes, we don't need to say anything. His face was plastered on national TV as you see his teammates getting on him. But that just shows me right there the level of leadership that we have. And you know what? I didn't see any panic at all when it came to the guys on the sidelines. Because you know why? We have a true leader now. We had Jaden, man, say, you know what, guys, I'm putting you on my shoulders. And don't worry about it. I got this. And you know what? We haven't had that in a long, long time. So it felt really good, man. And you know what? Like I said, the secondary, there's no doubt in my mind, we put together some of the best coaches in the country and best defensive coaching staff in the country as well. And they're going to get this right. They'll figure it out. We just have to have faith in it.
Yeah, 100%. Things got a little hairy at times late in that game, but no panic. No panic from the staff. No panic from the team. And continue to just roll on both sides of the ball. Continue to make plays on both sides of the ball, and kept trucking, came out with the victory, won the game by a couple scores, and continued on to be 4-0, man. So let's get into our lunch pail awards of the year, man. It's funny. We're just stacking. Like, this is too many people. We're gonna have 11 people on this list next week. But I gotta start, man. I gotta give it to the backs, right?
Yeah.
Waymo Eli, 247 total yards, really just went to work. In all facets, man. I love, seeing these backs catch the ball out of the backfield, get up field. I think that's gonna be a big, big thing that we do today. It's not just the running plays, but actually, the short passes and dink and dunks that we kind of turn into running plays in short yardage situations to pick up yards, pick up first downs, and score when we need to. So Waymo and Eli got in there. My guy Braylon Shelby, 1.5 sacks. Continue to move, continue to fight, get in the backfield and make some plays. And then Jakeem Stewart, man, jumping the snap count, 2 unbelievable, tackles for loss. That's why I got my lunch pails going out to this week.
Man, first of all, I love that lunch pail. It reminds me of my grandpa Manuel's lunch pail right there. Look at that. There we go. There we go with the thermos inside, folks.
Hard-nosed football, man.
But you know what? My lunch pail award goes out to Jaden Richardson. What? I mean, this is like something you could put in a movie. This guy just goes in and sits there and never complains and competes every day. And look, he finally gets his opportunity, and without hesitation, he gets out there and he makes some big plays for us. He gets smacked over the middle, gets back up, and you know what? He does what he does, and that's why he is a lunch pail type of player. And there's no doubt in my mind going on the rest of the season, you might see guys like this contributing in a major way. The interior D-line. Boy, let me tell you, these guys are nickname worthy, and that's something we're going to get into later, guys. But I'll tell you what, these guys are something else. They're special. That's what they are. You see Bricard down there. You see Stewart down there. You see all those junkyard dogs down there, man, getting dirty with it. Man, those old linemen, I can tell you, they look lost right now. But you know what, man? I'm telling you, those guys are phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see them develop. By the end of the year, we're talking, wow. I don't know. I'm not going to say All-American type level, but they're going to be playing at an elite level by the end of the year.
Yeah, and I was happy to see Devin Tompkins getting on a lot of action last week.
Oh, yeah, him too, yeah.
Yeah, there's a great photo, man. I can't think it's an SC photographer. Took this photo of Jakeem Stewart lined up right across one of the guards, for Michigan State, man. And the look in Ja's eyes, bro, looked like a demon in the interior. And, that Michigan State old lineman wanted no parts of that, bro. So, yeah, that's what we got now, man. We got some real dogs and demons in the interior and also on the edge. When we talk about this USC defensive line, man, it's a beautiful sight to see. So, man, let's get into this Illinois team here. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna run off some numbers, run off some thoughts. As far as offense, then I'm gonna let you get in on the offense, and I'm gonna go to the defense. You can get your thoughts in on the defense. So, Illinois and offense, man, like to do a lot of RPO play action stuff. This is one of these weeks, right, where the further we get into the season, we got some games coming up. We're not going to overlook Illinois. We got to take care of business today. But some teams down the line where they have individual athletes on the offensive side of the ball that we're really going to have to pay attention to. These are guys that can really hurt you, really spectacular, difference-making type of athletes. Today, I don't see that, man. I'm sorry. I don't see that from Illinois on the offensive side of the ball, man. I watched them against Duke. I watched them against Indiana. Watched a little bit of the Western Michigan game. They got some solid receivers, man. Hank Beatty, at one point, was a guy that was number 3 in the country with all-purpose yards. He's down to number 29 right now. Just dependable, solid wide receiver. Not too twitchy, not too crazy, not too big of a guy. But, a solid, good wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
Luke Altmaier at the quarterback spot, 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions on the season, man. He's a quarterback to me that seems like he's just scared to take that risk, right? Doesn't like to really take many risks. He likes to play it safe. He's an all right athlete, not the worst athlete in the world. So it will be important for the D-line, for the edges, not to get too overextended when get into the backfield, when rushing the passer, because he can, sneak out of there, pick up a first down, pick up 6 to 8 yards if he needs to, right? So going to be important to be disciplined, hold the edge in that sense. Another wide receiver they like to get to is Dixon. Similar type of guys, man. Not, incredible athletes. I actually listened to Like the Torch podcast. Shout out to the guys who had Like the Torch. They had an Illinois guy on the podcast, and he said that they are bringing a cat in that I think hasn't been playing. Came over from Ball State, like a 6'4" guy. So he might be a guy that we see today. I'm not really too worried about because I haven't even laid my eyes on the dude.
Are you talking about the running back, the big 6'3" running back?
No, he's actually a wide receiver. He says they had a wide receiver, some guy that transferred in from Ball State that might see some action today, at the wide receiver spot. So who knows? Who knows? But at the end of the day, got faith in our DBs, got faith in this defense, and we're gonna make it hard on anybody. But how they like to set up everything, as far as the pass game, is the run game, man. Caden Fagan, big. At first, I thought he was 235. Now I'm hearing people saying he's a 250-pound back. Big number 3 here. So he's a big back. They're going to try to get him the ball. They have a couple of running backs behind him as well that are actually averaging a little bit more yards per carry. He's averaging, I think, 4.3 yards per carry. They got a couple guys averaging a little bit more, but they don't see the amount of carries that he sees. But really, they're a team that was running very well between the tackles. Really, like one of the top teams in the country running between the tackles to start the year. But now, they're averaging 124 on the ground. So nothing too crazy, right? This USC defensive front has done a great job, kind of containing and controlling that. We saw it happen against Purdue. And everybody was scared about, what Mockabee would bring to the table. And we were able to kind of contain that, hold them for under 60 rushing yards in the game. And that's really it, man. But the biggest thing about this offense is the struggles of their offensive line, Paulie.
Oh, my
Their
God.
offensive line has given up 16 sacks, brother. 16 sacks. All, number 1 in all Power 4. Struggled in pass blocking, struggled in run blocking, allowing pressure versus the blitz, against teams like Western Michigan, against teams like Duke, and against teams like Indiana, man. So, you could tell me if those teams have a better defensive line than we do. Obviously, USC tied for number 1 in sacks in the entire country right now, man. So yeah, give me your thoughts on this offense and what they're bringing to the table.
They got the 3-headed monster running back attack, which they depend on completely. Luke Altmaier, to me, bro, what's good? I was talking about this on Calling the Shots the other night. Man, I couldn't sleep the other night at like 11 o'clock. I'm thinking Illinois, man, and I'm thinking, you know what? Consistent pressure on this quarterback. We have to make him feel uncomfortable throughout this entire game. Somebody needs to be in his face because that's what he struggles with. That's when he starts making the bad decisions. But then when it comes to maybe this is where our defensive backs finally can get a game where we can really kind of solidify ourselves because, like you said, I don't see any elite talent, man, on the outside at all. Hank Beatty, to me, where I worry about him is he's kind of a poor man's Hunter Renfro. But one thing I worry about him is his ability to run kicks back on special teams. And that's one place we haven't been tested yet. So I worry about that a little bit when it comes to him. But for the most part, when it comes to the offense, it's just consistent pressure. We're going to have those blitzes coming in on him. I don't even know, man. I just that offensive line has to be probably one of the worst in college football. What do they rank? 156th in the nation? That was worse than us last year, man. But at the beginning of the year. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that these guys, our defensive line is going to really have a really phenomenal day today. Regardless of what adjustments they make, whatever they do, I just think a ranking that low just says, you know what, man, you have holes all over the place. Or I don't know if it's technique, Preston, or I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is, but these guys are older guys, man. They should not be making the mistakes they're making on some of the games I was watching, man. Indiana pretty much just ate them alive. So we'll see on that. As far as the defensive side of the ball goes, they're one of those, they can make life difficult for us. I'm not saying they have that ability to dominate us because I don't think anybody can stop this offense right now. But we just, as long as we stick to our game and we're consistent and we stick to that running game, we'll wear them out, man. There's no stopping us, man, when it comes to that. So I'm really not worried about it. I think this is a statement game where we need to come in, like I said, and play good Trojan football, solid Trojan football, tough Trojan football, and we're going to be just fine.
Yeah. Guy in the chat, he asked who are we tied with in sacks? We're tied with like 4 schools right now in sacks. It's like Oklahoma, Buffalo. I put it in my Illinois video. Somebody asked me that in the comments on my Illinois preview. It's Oklahoma, Buffalo, a couple other schools. It's like 4 schools that are tied, and hopefully we can ramp that back up so we're number 1 by the end of the day. But
well,
okay,
they struggle with that pass rush, don't they, man? They
do.
Or even the interior. I saw the interior guys on Indiana just blowing them up, Preston.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, and it's interesting, bro. Like, cause they're struggling. They've been struggling, and like this is the dichotomy of it is like bro. These guys, and I don't know if you watched the press conferences from their coaches. I did. I watched the O-line coach speak, watched the DC speak, and I watched Bielema speak. And they went back to basics this week, bro. So they're challenging these dudes. Like, they're really trying to, like, y'all motherfuckers are soft as hell, bro. Like, do you not care about your quarterback? Like, he's been sacked more than anybody in the country, right? So this is where our coaching staff, the experience that we have, like these guys being what I say, we all say the number one coaching staff in America. Guys like Henny, definitely Nua. Definitely guys like Nua. But with Henny, like I know for a fact because it's grown men on camera that are professional athletes, that are Pro Bowlers. Some of the greatest, and you talk about like some possibly one of the best defensive linemen of all time. They sit up there and they say, "Hey man, this coach helped me become better. He mentally helped me become better at playing the game of football. He physically helped me and showed me and taught me the techniques to take my game to another level." These are master manipulators of the mind, master motivators, and the same, stuff that, was being beat down Illinois' offensive lines, throughout the way their coaching staff challenged those guys this week. I suspect that Henny, Nua, our entire staff, preach to our guys like, "Hey, man, these guys are going to be fired up. They're going to be ready to bounce back. Like, you better step in here and ready to compete like you're playing in a national championship game, bro. Because they are going to be ready for us." But I think we're going to have that mentally. I think we're fired up. I think we're going to start fast, just like we did when we went over to Purdue. And I feel very confident about this team's mental, man. The team, we're wired different this year. You can really just feel it as far as staff and players, man. You think so? You feel that?
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like, you know what? You look at Coach Nua and what he's done with these pass rushers this year. And, to know that there's guys like Gus Cordovas and guys like that waiting, the Ramos and all those guys that are in the wings learning from this. I mean, Coach Nua, look what he did with Aiden Hutchinson, man, over at he's one of the best pass rushers and defensive players in the league in football, in the NFL. So the point is, and Henny as well. Henny has a way to be able to just motivate and teach young men how to play the game of football when it comes to defensive line play. And there's no better coach than that in the entire country, man. I mean, you look at what he's done with these guys. He has Floyd playing at a pretty high level right now. Look what he did with Devin Tompkins already. Devin Tompkins is a legit NFL prospect now. You look at that kid, the way he's built now. And this is all because of the influence that we brought in with these guys coming in and really working with these young kids. But the goal is, Preston, is we need to take this crowd out of it, man. Right off the bat. Let's just get this crowd out of it, kind of just shock them a little bit, and then go ahead and wear them out with that 1-2 punch. The best 1-2 punch in the country. Let's get that straight.
Yes, sir. And yeah, man, you say it's Coach Rob Ryan, right? He's gonna have the boys ready, fired up. That's another fiery guy, a lot of experience. Yeah. But when I look at this defense, right? They got some big guys in the interior, right? Not exactly like playmakers with crazy production or anything. And they got a cat that came over. I think his name's Thompson, came over from Wisconsin. I think they're better. The best guys they have on the defensive side of the ball are their inside and outside linebackers. Malachi Hood, Dylan Rosiak, and Gabe Jacques, right?
Rosiak is back, right? He's
Rosiak is back. Yeah, he came back. He was back against Indiana, came back. I think Hood was really filling in for him while he was out. But those are the guys with the most production in their front seven. And Jacques, man, Jacques is 3.5 sacks in the season. Now, do I think Jacques is a world beater, man? Do I think he's Julius Peppers, or do I think he's special? Not technically. I don't see it. But what I will say is I'm not gonna be ignorant here. Like, this is the best guy coming off the edge that our offensive line has seen, throughout the entire season. So they're gonna be ready. There's nothing that they have shown me that for me to not believe that they're gonna be ready to go. And there's a game plan, and being able to block this guy. Now, Illinois last season, blitzed at probably the highest rate of any team in the country. They love to blitz, man. Love to blitz. And I think USC this season has done a great job at navigating the blitz, right? When those guys fly through the line, Jaden has been calm, cool, and collected. And he's either fooling them with the RPO, putting them out there and going around the corner, or he's dotting people. He's finding a guy in the flat. He's finding a guy downfield and making quick, precise decisions. So I think we've done very good against the blitz. And he's also got some wheels on him, right? He could get around and move around.
It's deceptive. It's deceptive speed that Jaden has. A lot of people say, well, he looks slow. You know what? He was running past linebackers, Preston.
Yeah.
You know, if you saw that, man, he has that deceptive speed. We're not saying Michael Vick type stuff that he has, but he has enough to make you pay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And Keebs, I think that's your name, Keebs, talking about replacing their star nickel. Yeah, Xavier Scott, I believe is the guy's name. Really their best guy out of secondary. He has like a season. Well, I guess he might be back at the end of the season. He had to like have surgery or whatnot. So that's the guy in the nickel. So hey man, good luck, with Mekhi Lemon there. Because I think Mekhi goes to work today for sure. I think our receiver's gonna make some big plays. And it's definitely gonna be a chess match, right? When we talk about this game on both sides of the ball. My big keys for USC in this game is really, early in that Indiana game, and I talked about it in my preview, like the eye candy, man. The eye candy that the RPO offenses and, play action and stuff presents to defensive backs, corners, guys in the secondary. You don't know if they're going to run it. You don't know if you're going to pass. You could get caught up with the eye candy, with the quarterback. And that was how they scored their first touchdown against Indiana in that game. After Indiana blocks a punt, and, everybody's turning up. They figured out a way to get them going with the eye candy. And, the DB got caught in sand, and they scored their first touchdown that way. So discipline from the DBs, man.
Discipline from the DBs, definitely, dude. And, one thing now is I think our offensive line, man, I got to tell you, kudos to these guys for playing some of the best football, the most consistent football. Good morning, baby. I hope you my daughter's sorry, baby. She's sick right now. I love you. Thank you for tuning in to that. Anyway, you look at what our offensive line was doing to these guys, man. They literally, you saw some of these defensive linemen, man. They were like struggling, getting off on one knee. Man, they were just getting pounded by the physicality of that offensive line was shocking to me. Yeah. Like I said, those guys were struggling getting up off the ground, man, after those guys were handling towards like the third quarter, late in third quarter, fourth. They want no part of that anymore. No part of it. And so these boys from Illinois, they got their work cut out for them today.
Yeah, man, we're gonna get after it for sure. Well, it's an interesting dynamic, right? When you're leading the country in sacks, SC is also number 88 in the country in passing yards allowed. So this is something that at some point I think has to mesh. You know what I'm saying? At some point, I think we're gonna come together and start to see these numbers correlate a little bit better with each other. Praise and prayers to the football guys that it happens today. I could definitely see it happen today. And my thing too is like no dumb penalties, man. The penalties, the undisciplined stuff. Whether it's roughing a passer, whether it's an unsportsmanlike, whether it's a PI just because of technique and not finding the ball in the air, not adjusting to the ball in the air as a defensive back. That is stuff that will beat us, bro. We are better, more talented on both sides of the ball than this team today. It's clear. Like there's no doubt about it. We are the better team. We got the better athletes on both sides of the ball. USC has 33 penalties on the year for 323 yards, bro. 3 football fields of penalties. That is inexcusable, man. Like I know a lot of people on social media, a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of people on my channel like to, talk about the referees and it's not fair. Hey, man, y'all better get used to it. We got to go to Nebraska. We got to go to Notre Dame. We got to go to Oregon. Like, we got a lot of Big Ten games on the way. I'm not going to put it out there, but the referees, they usually, that stuff don't go in our favor, bro. So you have to control what you can control in that sense. And, we're averaging 80 penalty yards a game. Team like Illinois is very disciplined and very good in this aspect. They're only averaging 45 penalty yards a game. So we have to be locked in and be disciplined in that regard today if we want to come out the victory.
Yep, I'm with you on that. Yeah, that could get us in a lot of trouble today if we decide to get stupid out there and not be disciplined. So I'm really hoping that the coaches pounded that in their heads today. I mean, this past week and really got that message through. And I like I said, I have no doubt that they're gonna clean things up, because let me tell you, man, I'm a Raider fan, and even my Raiders, when they were winning back in the Gruden days, they led the league in penalties. It's no way to enjoy watching football when your team is constantly making stupid bonehead decisions like that, and just it affects the game, and today it could bite us in the rear end if we're not careful with that.
Yeah, killing us for sure. All right, so let's move on to our impact players. Impact players for today, man. Like I said, they're missing, their star defensive player. Xavier Scott is out. They struggled, in a big way through the air last week against Indiana. I got Makai Lemon, man. I think Makai Lemon is a constant on my list just because.
Yeah.
Hey, I said he was going to take a jump this season, and he has taken a jump, man. He's really a problem and a weapon that nobody can control or stop for this USC offense. So I got Makai Lemon, and I got Cam, not Fallon, but Crawford.
Cam Crawford, great pick, man. Great pick.
Making some big plays and really, showing a lot, waking up a lot of people saying, hey, I'm here. I might be one of the best defensive ends in the entire Big Ten today out in Champaign. So those are my two picks.
Yeah, my picks are Walker Lyons. And you know what? I wish I could have added Lake McCree on there, because I have a gut feeling that the tight ends are going to play. They're going to play a major role in this game today. Just being able, when those guys are blitzing, and coming at us, then Jaden's going to be able to hit those guys. So look for those guys to play some type of role in this game today. That's at least what I'm hoping for. And Desmond Stevens, we're going to need him to be on his A game today. He's learning as he keeps getting better game after game after game. And he's certainly learning not to make those same mistakes. And Desmond's going to have we're definitely going to need him with some of the stuff that they're going to be hitting us with. So look for my boy Desmond to come through and have a big game as well.
Absolutely, man. And it's just that is Desmond, great athlete. I think our linebackers, Gentry, they've been making plays, right? But it's imperative, man. These teams that want to get the run game going, to get off those blocks, right? And interior guys, get off those blocks, man. Get in those gaps. And free up the backers to make plays. And if you're a backer and you got to play to make, you got, a running back and with arms distance of you, man, you got to make that tackle. You got to make that tackle. Those are big plays in big time games, especially.
He has the physicality to do it, man. The guy is a specimen, and not only that, I mean, he's a former safety. He has the ability to snatch ball. It's all going to come together for him. He's too talented for him not to reach that level. And under the guidance that he's under, learning from probably one of the best college football players I've seen in recent memory, and learning from a great coach like Ryan, I'm telling you, I'm not losing faith in Desmond. I think he comes through. He starts getting better and better as the year goes on.
Absolutely, man. Hey, just want to remind you guys, man, if you're in the stream, if you're watching the stream on Preston's Paradise, if you're watching the stream on Calling the Shots with Paulie Walnuts, man, go ahead and like the stream. Let people know we out here in the morning early. Wipe the crust out their mouth, man. Take back the coffee. We about to get it going soon. Yeah. We about to get it going soon, man. About an hour, we taking the field, and we're going to get to work. So.
We're going to do this, man. We're going to do this. I'm telling you right now, Preston, we're going in and we're showing. Like I said, we're going to make the country take notice of who USC is. And that we're not going anywhere, Preston. People keep doubting us, man. I'm watching some of these shows. And you know what? I watched the list of the top 49 players in the country. How dare you guys not put a USC Trojan in there? You want to put 3 Michigan players? You want to put a Maryland player? You want to put a Rutgers player in there, but you're not going to put one of our boys in there? Top 49 players that you should be watching? Oh, shame on you. That's blasphemy, man. And I'm telling you what, I'm getting fired up right now.
Yeah, man, it's a joke. They really disrespecting us. That's all right. Though. I got something for them. We got something for them.
We got something for them.
Yeah. So let's talk a little about most improved. I mean, this is it's funny because this is actually supposed to be a topip that we had in last week's show. I don't even remember that. I realized it yesterday. I was like, bro, we talked about this last week, but I didn't even create the topic for it. So I kind of just put together a collage, some of the things, and I just run through my thoughts right here. Obviously, a defensive line, going crazy, had 21 total sacks last season, already at the 16 mark, and just the technique. Just the get after it, the camaraderie, the fight that I see these guys playing with on the edge, on the interior has been great to see. So definitely improved in my book there. a guy like Killian O'Connor, and I have Tobias Raymond in here as well. So a couple of old linemen. Killian, right? Like even after the Texas A&M game, I was kind of iffy. Like I was kind of like, is this really gonna work? Is this really gonna work all year? And through the first quarter of the season, man, it's been fantastic. Quarterback running back exchange has been spectacular. I mean, quarterback center exchange has been spectacular. No fumbles, no mishaps. I think we have one false start against Purdue, if I'm not mistaken. So the offensive line has played very clean, even when on the road. So hopefully that continues on today, man. I'm super proud of these guys. And then, you see what happens with Elijah Page last week. Him as well as Jacoby are both game time decisions. It'll be interesting to see how that comes out. We should be hearing that news very soon. With who's going to be playing on the offensive line. But yeah, they've mismatched, Micah, whether it's Illini, they have played out there, and Tobias has played in the guard, so he was able to switch out and get out there on the left tackle, and it was seamless. So I was very proud of them. The wide receivers, we had a couple wide receivers last year that are no longer here, and they had a lot of issues, catching the ball last season. So I would say our receiving game in general has been amazing, man. I can't really think of many drops. I can really think off the top of my head of about 2 drops in the first 4 games.
First 4 games, yeah.
Right. That our wide receivers have really had. The wide receivers have been superb. Obviously, Tanuk Hines coming on as a youngster, incredible catch. In that Purdue game, he got his first touchdown last week against Michigan State. So definitely that was a guy that you mentioned. And Maava, as far as Lincoln Riley, man. I talked about the maturation process, the acclimation process of, not only Lincoln Riley, but this entire staff. Jada Maava, the play calling is there. We are running the ball. I think we have 143 rushing attempts to 111 passing attempts. To everybody that said I was crazy when I said the offense was going to turn around and we were going to run it more than we passed in the offseason, well, hey, what can I say, man? I was correct on that as well. We're doing the damn thing. Lincoln understands he's in a new conference, and he's coaching games to win. And Maava's going crazy, man. Playing probably the best of any quarterback in the country right now. So how do you feel about the most improved this season?
Most improved. Well, first of all, one of my best buds growing up that I grew up with, his name is Travis. He had the audacity to put on the air that they should be 22 because he's a Michigan fan. And we'd always battle when we were kids. We'd talk about it. He said there should be 22 Michigan players on that list.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Seems a little biased. Seems a little biased, bro. Seems a little biased.
I love you, man. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I miss you, man. But anyway, the most improved, though, is the chemistry between the coaches and players. I mean, it's just the unity is off the charts. The way that these guys are just coming together. And you look at the offensive line as well. The unity between coach and player is also something, a thing of beauty. The way that these guys, no matter if you're injured or not, you just plug in another player like Banuelos or whoever, and it's just seamless. But it's flawless, man. It's perfect. But there's been a lot of improvement. I look at Crawford, and he looks like a man possessed out there, man. The way he's playing ball. I mean, this is a legit NFL prospect, man. If he keeps at it. And but all in all, I just see complete team. That's the one that stands out to me the most, Preston, is the chemistry between coaches and players. It's something special, man. And that's why I'm saying if things continue, this magical ride continues, man, then you know what, man, it's because of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. You definitely got to have like the coaching, player relationships are so important. And it's kind of like you want a nice medium between like a father and a big brother. Like those are always, my coaches was always like, somebody like to look up to, somebody to learn from, but also somebody that you can relate to and you feel comfortable, telling your problems to or asking questions to, and you have an open forum in that sense. And we have a fairly young staff as well. So I think that also helps and lends to, great connection between our coaches and our players, man, with the head coach being 42.
Yeah, just
Dan Lynn is like 3 or 4 years older than me. Like, it's crazy, bro. So
it's this brotherhood they're forming, and it's setting the tone for the incoming recruits as well. I mean, these guys are constantly the modern day boys are on campus all the time now. and they're part of this and they're growing with it. So that's why I think this incoming class is going to be so special. And everybody thinks, oh, they're going to bail on us. I don't see anyone bailing, to be honest with you. I think these guys are all sticking. And the reason I say this is because you look at the way, like I said, this brotherhood is uniting, and these guys are all on campus almost every game out there showing the support for the team and wanting to be a part of practice and all of it. It's a great thing to watch, man. I'm enjoying it.
Absolutely, man. So most improved, and we talked about our quarterback, having a drastic improvement from last season. So I had an idea, man. Let's do some Mount Rushmores, when it comes to USC quarterbacks, man. So I'm gonna get mine started, man. We're gonna roll across here. We're getting
wait. Is that John David over there?
It's John David, bro. And I'm gonna tell you I got John David on my list because I was really sitting back and I'm like, I want to put people on my Mount Rushmore that I watched, play a lot of USC football. You feel me? Yeah. So I gotta put Matt Leinart up there. 37-2 as a starter. Obviously, 2 natties, Heisman Trophy winner in 2004. Legendary, probably my favorite USC quarterback all time. Just gotta love Matty. Yeah, Carson Palmer, who is a guy that didn't have the greatest record at USC, right? Got in there early his freshman year, though. Was one of the first freshman starting quarterbacks in a minute. He's 28-17 in his career. But Carson was like the first USC player I ever laid my eyes on when I was like 9 years old, right? So I have a special connection with Carson. He was on the cover of the video game and whatnot. Like I had a lot of love for Carson Palmer. I even damn near wanted to become a Bengals fan when he got drafted. I remember sitting back. Yeah, man. I remember sitting back watching, hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL. Carson Palmer come in there, get it going with the Bengals and whatnot. I damn near wanted to be a Bengals fan. But that didn't happen. I probably should have because the Dolphins are terrible. But obviously won the Heisman in 2002, and that Pac-10 title, and then the Orange Bowl was huge. John David, bro. When I look back at USC history, like John David was the quarterback for a lot of USC football games that I was watching, man. That boy from Louisiana was 20-3, in his career, 2 Rose Bowl victories and that Pac-10 title. And Caleb, man. And shouts out to Caleb. People can have their opinions on me putting him on Mount Rushmore. But with Caleb, it's just like, I think he reinvigorated the program a lot. Like, even though he was kind of a transplant, came in here, transferred in with Lincoln and whatnot, but just brought a lot of that energy back, bro. Won the Heisman, got everybody excited. I was kind of living my life. I was obviously still paying attention to SC, always rocking with SC. But this Caleb brought that energy back, that we were really back, man, and on the way back as a program. So I enjoyed watching him play, man. Nothing like watching Caleb Williams play at USC, man. It was a sight to see. Unfortunately, I attended the worst game of his career in South Bend, his last year. But without that being said, man, Caleb 23-10 in his career, Heisman Trophy winner. Man, a half away from making the college football playoff. But a hammy away from the CFP. But I'll let you get into yours here.
You know what, man? Going back to the Booty family, they had he had a brother named Josh Booty that was a phenomenal all-world quarterback. Ended up choosing baseball, played for the Marlins for a while. But John David ended up, he had a small stint with the Minnesota Vikings there for a little bit. But I was a big fan of his too, man. I really was. Mm-hmm. But look at me, man. I always got to go with the rebellious guys, man. But you know what? I'll never forget, man, when I was a kid, sitting there reading a Sports Illustrated back in the day when Sports Illustrated were in the man's office, bro, and you'd sit there and you'd read. So I remember reading about Robo Quarterback, and I'm like, God, who is this guy? I was so fascinated that he never ate a Big Mac, and he had this he just was this guy that was trained at a young age, man, from a young age to do this. But you know what? The talent was off the charts. I love left-handed quarterbacks, and to me, Marinovich, I mean, the reason I picked him, it wasn't because of what he did or anything. It's because he provided some special moments for me as a kid growing up. I really enjoyed watching him play, even when he was at the Raiders, and he had a phenomenal one game. But too bad he couldn't stay on the right track. But you know what? He's definitely one of my top Trojan quarterbacks, and he always will be, with that strong left arm. And then I look at Carson, man. How can you deny this guy? He's the best, man. He is the best, hands down. When it comes, I don't know. But then again, Rodney Peete to me, I mean, that's like Mr. like king of the quarterbacks right there. Rodney, man, on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Troy Aikman. They have those battles when I was a kid. Watching those, that was very special to me. And you know what, Mark Sanchez. You know, I had some special memories with him. The way he came in, all he did was win. And I'll never forget. I was at that Rose Bowl. It was Paterno's last Rose Bowl. It was USC versus Penn State, and in Pasadena. It was a great game. And to be able to watch Sanchez just kind of tear that game up, man, it was something else. It was very memorable for me. So I put Sanchez up there.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Sanchez. Bro. I got a lot of love from Mark Sanchez, but bro, I can't lie, bro. For some reason, every time I see Mark Sanchez, I think of Oregon State, bro. Like, I just do, bro.
Yeah, that game was tough, man.
Bro, I love Mark Sanchez, but bro,
that was our national championship, by the way, that we blew.
Yeah, bro. I be thinking of Oregon State, bro. But yeah, Mark Sanchez is that one, bro. But we're gonna get to this, man. The nicknames, man. Paulie, you know, you're a big nickname guy,
I'm a nickname guy, bro. I'm ready for this one. I've been ready.
Take control.
Okay, you got it.
I love one of the nicknames on here, and I'll tell you when I see it. But.
You got it. The way you look through NFL, you look throughout NFL history, and this is why I think in today's college football and also in the NFL, there's a lack of good nicknames, man. You had the Purple People Eaters, the Doomsday Defense, you had the Steel Curtain, man, the Monsters of the Midway. You had all these amazing names that went with defensive lines, and I want to bring that back. So the D lines I came up with that fit this team and what they're about, man. The first one I got is the Trench Mob. You know, to me, that just kind of it exudes toughness, and I think it's a great name. And honestly, I know they had the New York Sack Exchange, but we're the LA Sack Exchange.
That's the one. That's the one for me. Yeah. LA Sack Exchange is the hardest nickname for a D line.
Yeah, I came up with that one. You know, I was just laying in bed, man.
You should have put the pen down, bro.
Yeah. LA Sack Exchange, to me, I thought, man, this is perfect.
Hard.
You know what? We could be that. I could seriously see the guys rolling with that. The Hollywood Hounds, that was all right, but I thought, you know what? Let's throw it in there. LA Confidential, I just threw it in just to throw it in. It popped in my head. The Junkyard Dogs and the Wrecking Crew. You know, I thought maybe that'd be another one too. But I want to hear what you guys have, you know, as far as nicknames go and what you think of the ones we came up with. But to me, the Trench Mob and LA Sack Exchange are my two favorites.
Yeah, no, LA Sack Exchange is fire, bro. Like, that's one of the hardest things. We might have to just roll with that, man. We have to do something. It would be good. Yeah, we have to start a graphic where put some on your Twitter or some on our Instagram.
Yeah, I'll put it on a T-shirt.
You got to start an Instagram. Yeah, like put on a T-shirt. Like, like yo. I'm telling you.
You know what? I should probably get one made up and wear it to the Michigan game.
Yeah, we get some people to buy that for sure. So yeah, man, like I love it. But new segment on the show, man. We're gonna say yes, sir, or no, sir.
Yeah.
And then we ask them the question, man. Like this is, you know, kind of projections, you know, for the game. You know, let's see what's gonna happen today, right? So, yes, sir, or no, sir. 174 or more rushing yards from the running backs, man. What we thinking today?
Yes, sir. Definitely a yes, sir, on that one, man. There's no doubt in my mind that we're going to show people that this 1-2 punch is the best in college football. And you know what? They're tired. You know, like I said, I know these guys have to take notice that they are not even spoken about, man. A lot of guys, they bring them up about, you know, they have a dynamic deal, but yet they don't ever put them on any list. And to me, Waymo is right there, man. If you want to talk about Heisman consideration, he's playing his way into it. And Eli as well, man. Eli, I'm not going to say he's Heisman contention, but you know what? He's a big part of what we do. He's electric, and I think there's no doubt that it's a definitely yes, sir, on that one.
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, for today, man, I think we're gonna like torch this team a lot through the air, and I think you're gonna see these guys are so good in catching the ball, those short passes, those screens, and whatnot.
No doubt.
So I think we missed the 175 by a smidgen. I definitely think we're 150 plus today. I'm on the ground, and in the next slide, you know, it'll be a yes, sir, for me, but I feel very good. And I love the selflessness from these guys, bro. They're not crying about carries. They're getting after it. They're making it work and really just setting up the offense because they're not, you know, getting in the end zone every time, but they're doing the work to get us down the field, whether it's, you know, on running plays or catching the ball, big time yards after catch, after contact. So yeah, man, like I love it, bro. I love it. So
Yeah.
another one we got here. Yes, sir, or no, sir. Jada Mava, 200 or more passing yards today. What we got?
I definitely think it's a yes, sir, on that. This is prime for him to. This defense is. It all lines up. It all lines up, especially him and the blitzes that are going to be coming at him. And these guys, yards after the catch, all of it. It's just everything's going to fall into place. And there's no doubt this is a definite yes, sir. It's just it seems really easy to him this year, man. He's cool and calm, and I can easily see him exploiting this defense today.
Yeah, this is a yes, sir, for me. I just think schematically, man, like I have so much confidence in our play caller, so much confidence, in the talent on the offensive side of the ball. And we got a game plan. I think really we've been very vanilla on the offensive side of the ball so far, right? And really on both sides of the ball. This is really the time we're gonna ramp up, getting into these kind of, mid-tier opponents in the Big Ten that you're gonna see some special stuff on the field this afternoon. So this is definitely a yes, sir, for me on Jada Mava having 200 or more passing yards today. Let's get to the next one, man. Yes, sir, or no, sir. 3 or more sacks for USC.
The LA Sack Exchange is going to be on fire, folks. I'm telling you, that's right. You heard it. You heard it from pre-games, man. The LA Sack Exchange. Bro, Braylon Shelby, look for him to have at least a couple of them today. Look for Crawford to have one today. And you know what? Whoever wants to join the party, come on in, man. We're having a good time. Like Mike Singletary said, this is my kind of party.
Exactly. And I think it's definitely a yes, sir, for me. And I think that this was a challenge. I think this is a challenge that Henny probably put on it, Newell probably put on this week. Like, hey man, y'all were leading the country. Now y'all are tied. What's good, man? Y'all all right? You only had 2 sacks last week against Michigan State. Like, what's really going on? So hopefully the boys heard that message. Hopefully they fired up and they really trying to get after the quarterback, get after Allmeyer, today, especially after what Indiana was able to do last week with, a defensive line I don't think is anywhere close to what we have. So definitely a yes, sir, for me on that. Let's get to the next one, man. Yes, sir, or no, sir. 1 or more interceptions for USC this afternoon.
Oh, you know what, man? I think, why not? Let's go with a yes, sir. Let's stay positive. And you know what? Let's not leave our boys out of it. This could be one where, this is exactly what the doctor ordered right here for us. And that's 1 interception from the DBs out there somewhere, a safety, somebody. Let's go ahead and let's do it, guys. I believe in you guys, man. Whether it's someone off the bench, it could be my boy Marquise Gallegos, man, or it could be Braden Conley. It could be any of those guys. I don't care who it is. Let's go ahead and let's grab one of those.
Yeah, definitely, man. Dan Lynn, obviously he likes to do a lot of stuff, man. You saw safeties coming. You saw that Christian Pierce sack. Safeties coming up in the box, making plays, getting after the quarterback. I think if we're in a space where we're getting 3 or more sacks, this is definitely on the table. 100% 100% on the table. So I'm going yes, sir, on this one, 1 or more interceptions, man, because we've been getting after it all season long. And why not, bro? This team has 6 sacks already, in 4 games. So why not tally it up? We're due for one this week. So definitely a yes, sir, on that. And yeah, man, let's move on. Let's get to these picks, man. Let's see where the record's at. We had a very good week last week now.
We did.
I went 6-2, you went 5-3. So we had probably our best week.
Yeah, it was our best week. We started doing really well. And you know what? It sucks is that I had Virginia beat Florida State.
Bro, I'm not even gonna speak on Clemson, bro, because I'm done with Clemson. I'm done. You had it with the Syracuse. I was
done with Syracuse too.
Yeah, I was kind of shaking my head. I was like, wow, bro, Syracuse really came out there and balled out, man. That was a fantastic game. I was happy for those boys. But let's get to these picks, man.
Okay,
SC Illinois. I definitely got SC today, man. I got SC winning this game just like I did in the offseason by multiple touchdowns. I got SC winning this game 42-27, man. Seems like a lot of points, on both sides of the ball. The defense is, making it hard for me to predict these numbers, predict these scores. But I'm going to stick with it. I said it, 42-27 SC.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the score, but I think we'll be somewhere in the 30s or 40s when it comes to point production. But I definitely see SC really handling this team. I really do. I just woke up this morning. I felt it, Preston. I just felt it. I said, you know what, man? Enough's enough. They're coming out with something to prove today.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Ohio State at Washington, man. I might surprise some of these people, man. I was.
No, please, because I'm telling you, I'm going upset too. So go ahead.
Yeah, this is my upset for the week, bro. I was in Washington. Yo, this dude, Demon Williams, man. Like Demon Williams, like he's a real man, real dude at the quarterback spot. I think Washington is just really underrated on both sides of the ball as a team, bro. And I think Julian Sand coming in there, not having a bad year, but it's definitely throwing a few picks. Their offense hasn't really exactly looked spectacular. I think they're gonna run into some trouble at Washington, man. I got Washington winning this game today.
So do I. With the third ranked offense in the country, I believe it is. They got the sound running game, man. The running back is absolutely a monster to deal with. You look at the quarterback play, that's probably one of the toughest places to play in all of college football. I'm going with Washington. You know what? I just think this is going to be a true test for Ohio State. They got to show people what they're about, and it's going to be a tough game for a freshman to go on the road in that environment right there. I hope it's like rainy and cold like it usually is for us. Exactly. Oh, look at our boy over here. He's at the game. Fight on, brother. Have a good time.
He says Jacoby's warming up. Let's get it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get it. That's exactly what I want to hear. That's what
I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly what I expected. So LSU.
Dirk's over here. How you doing, Jeremy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. LSU, Ole Miss, man. And I think it's one, man. I may regret this, man. I really want to go Ole Miss, but I'm going to stick with LSU because LSU is the better team. But LSU was doing some bonehead stuff, man, against Florida, man. That is a team that they can really surprise you with some of the decisions they make and some of the, instinctual things that they do during the course of a football game. But I'm going to stick with LSU winning this game on the road. Obviously, Kiffin, he's going up against his girlfriend's boyfriend, playing the linebacker position at LSU. So I don't know. I don't know where his motivation is going to be at during this game, but I got LSU in this.
And you know what? I have Ole Miss winning this game because of a kid by the name of Trinidad Chambliss. Not only is the name amazing, Trinidad Chambliss. How come I just ended up with Polly? This is horrible. Sir. But anyway, Trinidad Chambliss is going to lead this team to victory today. He's a talented quarterback. He has Ole Miss playing the right type of football that they need to be playing, and I look for them to handle LSU.
Okay, man. Auburn, Texas A&M. Like, this is easy for me, man. I'm going Texas A&M. I've been a Texas A&M hater for the better part of 3 years. But Marcel Reed has won me over, bro. I think he is right up there when you talk about Jaden Maiava. Guys performing at an elite level at the quarterback spot. It's Marcel, man. He is having a hell of a season. I got Texas A&M over Auburn.
Yeah, I've been to College Station before. That place is no joke. No joke. And you know what? I'm done doubting them. They're playing at a really high level right now, and I look for them to be able to handle Auburn, especially at home.
Here's another thing that I got going, bro. Like, everybody, is talking about Indiana. Oh, Indiana this, Indiana that.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest, bro, Indiana's cool, but I think Iowa gets them today in Iowa, bro. Like, they're coming off that high, beating Illinois. Iowa just a hard-nosed, Kirk Ferentz. This is a spot where, Iowa is a sneaky team, man, in this spot, in this game this week after coming off that high. I know Cignetti's going to have those guys locked in. He wants to avoid the complacency.
Yeah.
But I like Iowa in this game, man. I got Iowa pulling this out, man, with Gronk.
And they're playing at home, correct?
Yeah, Iowa's at home.
Ooh, that's a tough one right there. You know what? Okay. Preston, we're agreeing a lot this week.
I know. I'm not happy.
I'm not buying the Fernando Mendoza hype. I watched a lot of Cal Berkeley football last year. And that guy was a disaster some games, man. Granted, they put a lot of pressure on him. Look for that defense to dial it up a little bit and get some pressure on Mendoza and make that game difficult. I'm going with Iowa.
All right, man. A lot of agreement between me and Paulie, man.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to change.
I don't know if this is good. I don't know if this is good. Hey, I'll be honest with you. Ducks going to Penn State. I got Penn State, brother.
Oh,
and it's not just because of hate. Like, preseason, I had Oregon losing this game because I don't think Oregon is as good as a team as they were last year. I got us beating Oregon this year. And you're going into, you know, what's it called? College, whatever, state college. You know, they got the whiteout going.
Going to Happy Valley, man.
Yeah, Happy Valley. People are gonna be fired up for this game, man. I got Penn State in the whiteout tonight. Prime time. I think they figure it out tonight.
Yeah. I just really it's not because I despise this one university so much that I just can't stand everything they stand for. Their basketball program stinks. Their uniforms are ugly. Their cheerleaders are ugly. They're in the middle of nowhere. You know, their fans are horrible. You know, I just can't bring myself. They've never won anything before at all. No national championships, nothing. And it's just hard for me to just root for this team, man, after they just shove everything in people's faces. You know what? And they go to big bowl games. They're constantly getting blown out all the time. I'm tired of this. I'm going Franklin and Penn State.
Okay, man. He's going Penn State. Going Penn State.
But these next two are going to be a little different. We're going to change it up.
Bro, I'm going to stick with my guns here, bro. Bama, Georgia. Georgia won me over in that Tennessee game. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was high on Georgia before the season started, and then I kind of went down on them. And after that Tennessee game, their just ability to win and fight and that culture and, you know, Kirby, man, you know, putting the pieces together. I think Georgia is on the rise. It's at Georgia. So I got Georgia over Bama today. Yeah.
And you know what? I'm going to take one. I feel bad. DeBoer's family probably can't even go to the grocery store. They probably can't even go through the McDonald's drive-thru without worrying about their food being spit on. Man. You know, this team I just feel bad for that entire – I'm not saying they're back, okay? But they look pretty decent. And I'll throw them a bone this time. I'm going to go with Alabama on this one.
Bama. Paulie's going Bama. Okay. So we got a difference on that. Oh, man, Kentucky, South Carolina. I'm probably going to get myself in trouble with this one because South Carolina has looked horrid. It's really a damn shame that Lenore Sellers has to deal with what he's dealing with, bro. And I even like kind of feel for my guy over there at the head coach spot. But I'm going to go South Carolina in this one. I mean, they're a better team, but this is a bad one, bro. The Kentucky team is Stoops in them. They looking like they want to, you know, they're out for blood. But I got South Carolina winning this game. Yeah.
And I'll go with Kentucky just for the simple fact that Stoops probably has the easiest job in the country. He has no pressure. He can lose 7 games a year and still never have to worry about getting fired. It's one of the most cush jobs in college football. And you know what? Like I said, Stoops, yeah, he'll win one here and there. But I'll go with Kentucky on this one. Yeah,
man. So that is going to be it, man, for the show. We about 32 minutes away. Minutes away, man.
Get your breakfast in, man. Let's go. Let's get ready, guys.
About 32 minutes away, man. Putting on the music, man. We going to fire up, baby. Shouts out to my Trojans today. We sparking the torch, man.
Let's go. You know what, man? This makes me want to say, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridian. Commanders of the armies of the North, generals of the Felix Legion. Loyal servant to the true emperor, bro. Marcus Aurelius.
Hey, man, we're going to war,
Let's go.
Shouts out to everybody in the chat.
Let's go.
They doubting us, baby.
Yeah, they're doubting us.
First step.
Yeah. This is like I said, we're going to make people take notice today. We're coming in, we're showing America USC's not going anywhere, man. We're not soft. We're going to come in and we're going to play physical football and we're going to show people that, you know what, we have one of the top quarterbacks in football. We have 2 of the best running backs in football, the LA Sack Exchange. And on top of that, our defensive backs are going to make a name for themselves today. And you know what? If we're wrong, we're wrong. I don't care. Let's just go down. You know what? We're not going to go out without a fight. We're going down swinging if we do go down. But we're not because we're coming in. We're going to handle business, man. That's
it. I already said we coming for it all season, man. They going to stop doubting us, man. Thanks everybody for coming to the show this morning, man. You guys are watching the show. Follow me on YouTube, Preston's Paradise. Fight on Preston on Twitter. Follow us at
Calling the Shots podcast with Paulie Walnuts on YouTube. Look up on the index. You'll find all my social media platforms I'm on. Let's go ahead and do this, man. Tune in and let's go, baby. Let's fight on. You guys be safe out there and God bless.
We out. God bless.